Welcome back. Maybe you're thinking about adopting a rescue pup and bringing on the extra family members. So this morning, we're talking about the ways to bring in a rescue dog into the home. We're here with Vicki and Richard Horowitz from BarkBusters. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Of course, we have to introduce Millie and Marley.
Yeah, both rescues from Foster Dogs NYC.
Yes, but they have homes now.
They do. They
so
have
I know
homes.
a lot of people are going to see these cute, adorable pups and want to take them home.
They do have a little separation anxiety from their parents.
Well, that makes sense. They're
Yes.
rescue dogs.
That's right.
And is that something that
Very
can be
common.
a common problem?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Why is it worse for a rescue dog versus maybe another
Well,
dog?
because they're in their forever home and they're never sure if they're going to be rehoused. Okay?
It takes a long time for dogs to develop trust in a new environment, and if they've been in multiple homes, then what happens is they tend to take longer to trust. They take longer to trust.
And their owners are right here in the studio,
Yeah,
too.
I know,
so
but they want to
can
be
see
with
them.
their owners.
Right. They're also in a new environment,
Right.
and this is a change, and so any kind of a change makes it hard for any dog, but especially rescues when we don't always know their history and what they've been exposed to in their earlier lives.
What do you need to be? What else do you have to consider
Well,
when
when you're considering a rescue dog, they're pack animals. They need strong leadership. So whoever rescues a dog, and it's wonderful to rescue a dog, you have to be able to provide strong leadership for your dog. And you have to do it in a methodical way when you introduce the dogs.
Right, so you know, the first thing you need to do is you want to make sure that if you have an existing dog in the house, like in this case, Nilly was in the house first, you're adding another dog to the pack, you really have to make sure it's going to work. So you have to do things like bring home something from the rescue agency that has the scent of the other dog, so the other dog gets, the dog that's existing in the house gets used to the new dog coming home. You really have to be careful how you introduce them. It's really important you introduce them in neutral territory because the dog that's already been in the house, it might be a little territorial and that's their house. So you have to slowly introduce them, watch their body language. How do you communicate? What do? You bring them, what we usually suggest is you do it off property at a park in a neutral area. One person holds one dog, one person holds the other dog on leash, and you slowly let them smell and sniff each other to watch their interaction. If you don't like their interaction, you guide them away, you work with them, take them for a walk, and you try it again. And you need to do this a few times because it's very traumatic when you all of a sudden bring a dog into an existing house with one.
What questions should you ask yourself when you're considering either getting a dog from a breeder or getting a dog from a rescue?
Okay, you want to make sure that you're going to be capable. You have to have the time to work with your dogs. Any dog, whether it's a rescue or from a breeder, you have to be able to, when you bring a new dog into the house, you have to have some time to be home with the dog.
Right, you really
Watch the interaction between the two dogs. You have to do it slowly, all right? And you want it to be positive. You have to have some time to train them and to care for them. It's all very important. You have to know your lifestyles.
Right. And yeah, and the most important thing is that you go slow. If they have one negative interaction between the two dogs, then it can affect the harmony of the whole household. So when you first bring them home, you might keep one of the dogs in a room, like to have a gate up, so that they can separate from each other a little bit, and that helps. And then you do slow interactions in the house, because we first talked about introducing them outside, but then when you do it in the house, you have to make sure that you supervise that as well. And you may feed them separately. You may bring them together at certain times when you can have close supervision. You have to do it on leash. And then once they start to acclimate them, one of the most important things is you have to have similar rules for the dogs, because they won't get along if they don't have similar rules.
Yes, they need the same treatment.
That's
no favoritism.
That's
right.
correct.
Well, thank you so much, BarkBusters,
Thank
Vicki
you.
and Richard Horowitz, and Marley and Nilly. I appreciate it. We're going to let you go now. For more information, just head to our website, WTNH.com, click on the Honor tab, and pull it down to the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section.